Recording? Yes, we are. Okay. So welcome to my favorite debunking, my favorite flurf to debunk, Multit0mt0m. He has been taking a break for 2 weeks, but he's back, saying why do they fake space? Oh, my iPad is like no, just no. Oh, good iPad. Why do they fake space?
When I say that space is fake,
Okay, that's too loud.
people all over the globe are up in arms.
They want to kill you and stuff, right?
And they want to kill me for saying
Heard that I practically memorized the intro of this. I've had so many failed recording attempts because you can't be a YouTuber without recording problems. And I've memorized the intro. It's gonna basically say but it's a true fact that space is fake. Yeah.
comprehensible
Oh, that we find
that
incomprehensible.
governments of the world would get together.
Get together, yes. Do you know how hard, first of all, the world got everyone to get together? Second of all, how hard for thousands of people to keep secrets? It's almost impossible. Would you think one of them would have been spilled the beans if the earth was flat and space was fake? Yeah, no. The earth is round and space is real, but I'm pretty sure you're gonna come up with more points to debunk, right?
And conspire to deceive that is really going on
Okay.
in
So
this world.
So basically everyone except the 0.1% of population that we call flurfs, they don't know what's going on in this world. But that 0.1 do? I think it's the other way around, buddy. For that 0.1% do not understand science and misunderstand it and then think that the earth is flat resulting from it. The other understand enough to know that the earth being flat is wrong. All you flirts really need is a science lesson.
They get up in the morning, Joe blogs on the street, get up in the morning, go to work, return home in the evening, watch television, then go to bed. And
Okay, that's a very simplified form. Each person has their own different hobby. Then I guess you can't know every person, I guess. So I can't blame you.
repeat the same pattern for at least another 4 days.
I mean, you're just repeating the same pattern for forever because of quarantine.
And they're so happy in this world, just following the same regime, the same routine.
Yes, if you come up with this routine that makes you happy every time, and is a good routine and stuff, then yes, you do it all over and over again because it's a good thing for you.
To put into context what I'm saying, we have to go back to the beginning of the 20th century when the Wright brothers invented the aeroplane.
Oh, how about we go back to when this fluff conspiracy started? It started 200 years ago. Everybody before them knew that the earth is round. They were all smart people. And then science got too advanced for some people. Then they were like, oh noes. We can't let science get this advanced. Let's push back some people with whether the earth is flat. I miss observational science. Nah. So now these people who missed observational science and the misunderstood science called the earth was flat published books, and now to this day 0.1% of the population believes the earth is flat.
And when they started to fly at altitude and over long distances,
So it started with a plane. I guess that's true.
they began to find anomalies. For example, if the Earth has a circumference of 24,901 miles and a radius of 3,959 miles, you would notice a curve or even a drop in the elevation of the physical nature of the Earth, the ground.
Not this point again. Okay, look. The air curves with the earth, right? And the plane's wings, the air is pushing it from both sides. And since the air is pushing it to both sides, and the air is curving around the earth, it's going to go in a curve without any drop of elevation because it's between the air. Because it uses the wings, makes an air sandwich, if you want to describe it like that. And since air curves with the earth, so does the plane. Okay? And same thing goes with the ocean. Like, you have heard of sound channeling, where like the sound, it will travel with the water. Since water curves, it curves too. See, but here in this case, the air is pushing from up the wing and below the wing, and so the air curves with the earth, and so does the plane. That's why there's no drop in elevation.
And they did not see that. They were flying level at, say, 20 to 30,000 feet in the air. They found that the ground beneath them followed the aeroplane perfectly level. And of course, the idiots who believe in the spinning basketball in the vacuum of space say that the aeroplane was following the curvature of the Earth.
Yes, as I just explained to you, air from above and below the wing, that's what the plane functions on. And since the air curves with the earth, so does the plane.
Utter rubbish.
Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's rubbish.
In the early 1930s, when Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party came to power in Germany, they've sent expeditions all over the world, and particularly to Antarctica, where they set up a base and called it New Schwabenland.
Yes, when Antarctica was discovered, everybody wanted a piece of it.
Now, the Germans, the Nazis rather, believed that they descended from a group of people called the Aryans.
Yes,
And
Hitler, to the hierarchical pyramid of Hitler, white Aryans were at the top. Yes, Hitler was very racist, and he wanted to preserve all the white Aryans, and everybody else is less important, which is obviously not a good sign of person. But Hitler, the only good thing he did was killing Hitler.
these people lived in Middle Asia, and of course, they believed the earth was flat.
Okay, let's search that, cause your flurfs love to use Google. I mean, in this case, I'm using Siri, which searches Safari, which I think is kind of like Google. Yeah, let's see the evidence one to one. Yeah, you can't deny Google. I mean, you can sometimes if it's inaccurate, such as an article about flat Earth. Anyway, let's see what if Multit0mt0m is really true, saying what is true, because he's been known to make up things time to time. Multit0mt0m making up facts to suit his points? Again?
The Nazis found further proof at the height of World War II when they sent V2 rockets to London, and they found out that these rockets traveled great distances without using any ball earth mathematics.
Again, the air was pushing the rocket, and since the air curves around the Earth, the rocket was also curving around the Earth. Plus Multit0mt0m, sometimes a missile goes to space and then lands in another country. Huh?
Whatever you may think of Admiral Richard E. Byrd, the fact of the matter is that the United States Navy did send him to the Arctic and the Antarctic on expeditions, military expeditions, to explore those two continents. And he claimed to have found anomalies at either end. And what he found was the physical edge of the Earth. As a direct result of these findings,
The physical edge of the Earth. Oh my God.
they set up the International Geophysical Year 1957 to 1958. Scientists from all over the globe participated in this venture. What they
Again, the word globe, like all over the globe. Do you believe in flat Earth or the globe?
set up a chain of events that resulted in the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty. Also, don't forget, just after the World War II, they created the United Nations, the controllers
Yes.
of the New World.
Yes, they created the United Nations so they cannot have a war as violent as that again. Do you know how many people died of World War II? Millions of people. Yes, they formed the United Nations. And now they could, instead of being in a war, they could focus on space.
Order.
And the Antarctic Treaty, I've just explained already. You can still go into Antarctica. There's just some things that can restrict you.
Or the one world government. And everything, every world legislation has to go through the United Nations.
Oh,
well,
true that.
What about the Russians, I hear you ask? What about them? Well, they were in on it as well.
Yeah, they had the space race. And you know, if the moon landing was faked, the Russians would be pointing out first thing like, the Americans, they faked it, yeah. Because they wanted to see that communism is better. Explain that, Multit0mt0m.
Leader of the International Geophysical Year, Professor Van Allen. Yes, he of the Van Allen belts had already invited the Russians to join the scientific endeavor, and he invited them in 1954. Don't forget, the Russians were the first to fake space with the...
They weren't the first to fake space. They were the first to launch a man in space.
ridiculous metal ball with antennas called Sputnik 1.
Yes, it was as big as a beach ball.
Then they had the audacity.
Oh, satellites! Yeah. You know what? There's a scientist. They worked hard to launch a satellite to space, and it's giving you internet to make a video about that space is fake. You flirts actually never explained satellites actually. Of like, how do we get our internet? You've never actually explained that. Your navigation stuff, you never explained that.